So, continuing on this concept of developing quality relationships and protecting the love, one of the key component breakthroughs that I would share with you that has completely rocked my world, and that is managing your freedoms. You see, I think a lot of people in today's culture feel like they have the right to be free. They have the right to act a certain way. And I am 100% guilty of this in my life in the past. That you believe that because of what's going on, if this, then that. Everything's a mathematical equation. Because this happened, I can do this. Because you didn't meet this need, we go this way. Because I'm angry over here, I'm going to go and take care of this. And that's broken mindset. God gave us a free will. But he didn't give us a free will to go out and abuse that freedom. He gave us a free will because what he truly wanted us was to find that deep covenant relationship with him. And what happens is when you allow the love of God to come into your life in such a deep and profound way, and it fills your heart and soul up to a point where you are literally saturated with his presence, you're saturated with the gift of his love. He came down and rescued me. He came down and set me free, right? It's he loved us first. He built us in the beginnings of time, and nothing's ever separated us from him. We tend to look the other direction, but he's constantly following us because he resides within our spirit. So the more we recognize his presence, the more we allow that to saturate us, our life becomes a grateful response. And what happens is, as a result of that, we manage our freedoms because we honor that relationship, right? We manage our ability to be free because we love and honor that relationship at a higher value than our personal freedoms. So when that relationship works with the Father, and then it works in your marriages, works in your relationships. When you say, I honor our relationship more than my freedom to do X, Y, Z. See, what happens with a lot of people is, well, since you did this, I'm going to do that. We blame. We act like a powerless victim saying, I'm doing this because you did that. You make me mad. You make me jealous. You make me feel less than valuable. And all that's garbage. We are the owners of our own emotions. We are the owners of our own identity. Nobody has the ability to control our emotions, our actions, our reactions, unless we give them the authority to do that. And that really, frankly, is craziness. And in fact, I would say, if I asked you, do you think you give your emotions to someone else, almost every one of you would say, no, I don't. But the reality is you do, because you say, you make me, you make me, you make me. No one makes anybody do anything. We choose to do everything, and we have to own that, because if we don't own our emotions, then by default, they are someone else's control, and therefore we've given control, and that's not right. We have the ability to get mad or not mad. We have the ability to choose and control our reactions. So it's like saying, I'm sorry. A lot of people have a hard time with that because they're saying, well, I'm not wrong. I didn't do it. Why should I say sorry? They should say sorry. When really, in most cases, what sorry means is, I value this relationship more than being right. I don't need to be right. My pastor, Bill Johnson, says, I can afford it. I don't need to be right. I don't need to be vindicated through words. This relationship means more to me than being right. And if in fact I am right, and that's all super important, guess what? That will come out in time. In the meantime, we will have peace and we will have love, and you will know that I honor you because I'm telling you that this relationship is more important than me being right. I don't need to even make that quote. I'm just owning that on my own self. And that does not mean you're being a pushover. It does not mean you're being a laborer. I'm not a lay down. I'm not asking you to sacrifice your convictions, your belief systems. I'm talking about simple, basic things, right? Not your deep covenant decisions in your life. I'm talking about simple things that typically are the centerpiece of most arguments. That's just so silly. So when I'm talking about managing our freedoms to protect the love, what it means is that before I make a choice, I'm going to ask myself, how does this affect our relationship? And if it doesn't affect it in a way that honors connection, then by default, it's honoring disconnection, right? If I increase the anxiety by acting in a way that doesn't honor, then when anxiety increases, then love decreases. When love decreases, anxiety increases. And now we have this constant cycle of anxiety and dislove, which creates disconnection. And that's a broken record. Around and around and around we go. So my point to you this evening is manage your freedoms because you honor the relationship at the highest level. I am going to protect the heart of my father. I am going to protect the heart of my wife, Shelley. I'm going to protect the heart of my children and my covenant friends. I'm going to protect the heart by managing my freedoms. I'm going to ask myself, how does this choice affect those relationships? And that's what a mature relationship goes. And I had to be pruned. I had to go through incredibly ridiculous seasons to learn this. So I don't want you to listen to this audio and think I've got this all dialed in, I'm 100%. It's just breakthrough for me that I'd like to share with you. And if you're looking to have phenomenal celebration, outrageously incredible relationships, then I believe this is a component that's going to help you in a very large way. I know it's helped me. I hope it helps you. God bless.